Good. Okay. Okay. Um, so the basic operators, I'm sure you're familiar with the addition operator,
Mm-hmm.
subtraction operator, multiplication operator, division, and integer division. Okay. So are you familiar with those? How many have I mentioned now? Five. The
Yeah.
integer, especially the one of integer division.
Yes.
Okay,
I'm
familiar with
familiar
that
with
one,
it.
right?
Yes, the assignment operators. Mhm.
Okay. Now you know
All right.
that integer division does not round up, right?
Is what?
That's the integer division. When you integer division doesn't round up.
No, no,
Like
yeah.
you don't. It doesn't.
It doesn't
Okay.
have a decimal.
So it doesn't have decimal and it doesn't round up in its answer. So maybe let's just do an example. So you can
Okay.
just create two variables and let's try. Let me see which numbers will clearly bring that out. Um, okay, so we know that 9 divided by 2 is 4.5. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so let's just create a variable, maybe x, and assign 9 to it. Okay, then let's do y, and then assign 2 to y. Okay, okay. So now let's do integer division. So we can do, uh, okay, you don't, okay, I thought you may want to do a third variable, but it's fine. You can, okay, let's do a third variable to just be on
Mm,
a
okay.
third variable that was, maybe let's do z, and
Okay.
then assign x, and then a double forward
Mhm.
slash, and then y.
Okay.
Okay, then let's print z and see what we need.
So I'll print Z.
Yes.
Do I need to put the comma? No, because it's not a string. That's it.
Okay, no, no, don't worry. If you wanted to, maybe you wanted to have a text like the answer is, and then you can
Mm.
now have,
Oh, okay. Let me do that then.
okay, go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
Then you can now put your comment there. Okay.
Mm.
Uh-huh. Okay. So you see what this was what I was saying back then, that it doesn't do a roundup. Ideally, somebody will be thinking, oh, would it round up 4.5 to become five whole number? But it doesn't.
Okay.
It just cuts off the decimal part, whatever it is, whether it's up to uh, it qualifies for rounding up or not. So if
Mm-hmm.
we want to round, I'm sure there are functions that we can use to achieve that. The ceiling function and the floor function, so stuff like that. Okay, all right. So this, I think this is the main, after division. These are the ones that Python now adds to it. Then the exponentiation, the one that's like something raised to power something. So we can just try that one out. So we can still use Z as our for our answer, but then with this time we are
Okay.
going to assign x double asterisk and then y, x
Okay.
double
So the same
asterisk
Z, eh? Should we use
same
Z?
Z. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, let's use Z. Let's use Z. Since we can,
Okay.
let's just like we are using the variable, yeah.
Is
And
that what?
then like what we are using the variable,
The
the
variable. Okay. Okay. So I'll put the print statement now.
yeah. Okay.
Okay. This part.
Okay. So this one is right. Yeah, this one is quite clear, right?
Yes,
It's
definitely.
just simply uh, x raised to power y. Um, um, as the exponentiation operator. Okay, now this exponentiation operator can also be used with strings. Uh, but when you're using it with strings, it's doing a kind of like what would we call it? Replicating it. So maybe we should just see that application for strings. Okay,
So you
so
say it does
let's
what?
do. I said you can use it for strings
Uh-huh.
like text.
Well,
Yes,
what does it do? That's the exponential part.
yes, that exponential part. So um, okay, okay, let's try something. It looks like all right. So let's create one more variable, but this time we're going to put a string. Just say hi or hello, anyone that you want. So let's do B and then put a string in it.
Okay, so what do you want me to do? This thing is not
Okay,
so clear. That's why I'm struggling to listen.
okay. Wait, let me disconnect this. Um, okay, okay, is it better now?
Say again.
Is it better now?
And you're sounding far, but it's clearer.
Okay,
Let me increase my
okay,
own volume.
okay.
It's clearer now. Before you're sounding muffled at some point.
Oh, okay. I was
Mm.
using this earpiece. That's why.
Okay, this is better.
Mm,
Yeah, thank you.
okay.
Hey, so you were saying about this that we can use the exponential
Yes,
quotient for string.
yes, yes. But wait. Let's there's the use for multiplication. There's a use
Mm-hmm.
for multiplication. That's when you have just a single asterisk. So let's see that one. Let's see that one play out. So let's
Should I,
see.
sorry, Mr. Charles, should I put this thing on a normal what's it called? Where I can actually what can that like a folder so that these things can remain because this one will not save. Let me create a
Okay,
folder like so I can put it
okay,
here, save it, and then yeah, I want to
okay,
even
okay,
copy and then paste it.
okay.
Mm.
That's that's fine.
So let me do the first run so that I can save it. Um,
Okay,
yeah.
okay. You will share your screen, right?
Oh, did it go out?
Okay. No, I'm still seeing the dialog box. I'm not
Mm.
sure what if time you
Sorry,
take
I
it.
think I saw some oh, what's wrong with this one? Oh, because it has but can you see my screen?
I can see your screen. Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to like edit this thing. It's seeing the answer and it's refusing to run.
Okay. So those ones that are not code, Abby.
Mm-hmm. I was wondering why
Okay.
it was saying yeah,
Can you
so
delete? Is it fine now?
yeah, it's fine. I've done
Okay.
it now. So everything.
Okay.
Yeah, so now let's continue. What were you saying? So
All right. Okay. So the next one we're going to be doing, but let me see now. Okay. So let's see how it will look now. So create a
mhm.
variable b, eh, and then assign string to it like hi.
But I have to put the right.
Okay. So now I'm not.
I can't see where you're typing.
Oh, you can't see it.
I
Can you
can't
see
see
this
the
one?
part, but I can see the answer, the output part.
You can't see this one. Okay, let me reshare. Let me stop
Okay.
sharing and start sharing again. Don't know why it's doing
Okay.
that. Oh, okay. So I think I should click on the two of them. So it can only
Or you
show, so that I can only share only one part of your screen.
or you can share the entire screen. So anytime you want to see a particular one, we can minimize it.
Okay, can you see it now?
Yes, I can. I can.
Let me check this other one. Can you see this one?
Yes, I can see that one too.
Okay, no, we're fine now. Okay. So yeah,
Okay.
I'm
All right.
listening.
So we're going to use, maybe we should use the same Z. This time we're going to say Z assignment operator,
Okay. So
and then
is it?
yes, and then B,
Uh-huh.
and in a single asterisk.
Mhm.
Yeah, and then let's do 5.
Okay.
Let's just do, okay. Okay, so let's print out Z and see what it would display.
Okay.
Okay. So it was, yes, it was actually the multiplication operator I meant to say. Not exponentiation.
Okay,
Exponentiation
it's
is
multiple.
for just numbers.
Okay, but I always use the only thing I've ever known, I thought it was just addition that you can use for concatenation for strings. I've never really
Oh,
taken notes that multiplication is actually part of the things that work.
yes. So the idea is that multiplication is, well, we understand it as repeated addition, Abi. So since it's
Yes.
repeated addition, the same thing you can achieve with addition, you can also achieve with multiplication. That's for Python, of course. Some
Mm.
other programming languages will not allow that kind of thing. But Python is different in its own way.
Okay.
So yes. So these are some operators that if you look at a program and you just see it there, you might be wondering, how do you multiply a string by a number, and what would the output be? One may not readily just understand it like that, except if you already know what it can do. So this is it gave us how many instances? One, two, three, four, five. It's exactly 5 instances of the string high. Okay, so that's the application for that. Okay, so there's the modulus operator, the one that gives us remainder after division. That's the other
Mm.
one that's yes, that's
Percentage.
related to, yes, percentage. Yes, yes, that's the one that gives us the remainder after division.
Mhm.
So that one, I want to believe you are familiar with that one.
Yes.
Okay, so unexpected outputs. You know that when you have a small number as the numerator and a big number for the denominator, the remainder is the one that's the numerator technically. So if you have a small number, maybe we can just quickly
I'll do
demonstrate
an
it.
example. Okay.
Yes, we can just demonstrate it. So let's see if we can use the variables we already have. So this time we're going to say Z assigned to Z. We'll first assign X over Y. X modulus Y, and then
What?
check the answer, and then we'll now do Y modulus X and then check the answer.
Yeah, I don't. It's just, I feel like I'm stressing myself
What
writing this.
Type, type
The
it in.
answer
You can
is
copy and paste now. You can
you
copy
said.
and paste. You say you can copy and paste. You don't have to type it all the time.
Why didn't I just think of that? That used to be my go-to. I used to know the shortcut things. Maybe I don't want to
Uh,
look like a bad person, bad student. Yeah, I like all those kind of shortcuts.
okay.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay. So 9 divided by 2. Was it 9? Why the one?
Okay. So you remember modulus is remainder, right? After
Mm.
division. So ideally, 9, you have four twos in 9 because 2 times 4 is 8. So the remainder will now be 9 minus
Oh,
that. Yeah. So
okay.
that's the whole idea.
No, most times
Mm.
I do it normal. I solve normal maths while trying to figure out. So I already that's why I say, oh, and I did 9 - 8, 1. Oh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
mm,
Okay,
okay.
so now let's look at the flip side. Let's flip it now. So we're going to do instead of x modulus y, we'll now do y modulus x. You can just change the position and then yes, then you can now execute it. Okay, so what did you notice?
It was higher.
It was higher, but actually it's just higher because 2 is the numerator. Do you understand? So the whole idea is that when the number on top is smaller than the number down. So technically we're trying to say 9 into 2. So 9 is bigger than 2. So the answer is technically 0 remainder, that number that it couldn't go into. So any
Mhm.
number that's on top that's smaller than the number below, automatically the remainder is the number on top. If you can just understand it like that, it will make things easy for you. And when you have a small number divided by a big number, something like 1/2 or 3/10, or you understand, 15 over
Oh,
70. Any situation like that where you have a small number divided by a big number, if you want to find out what the remainder will be after division, it is simply that small number on top.
small
Zero.
number. Oh,
Yes.
small. Oh,
Yes.
really?
Yeah.
Also, only when the numerator is smaller than the denominator that you can actually do the division. Hold on.
It,
Yeah. Sorry.
only the numerator is bigger than the denominator that you
Over
can actually do
two.
division and maybe get a remainder. Yes.
Oh no, so I'm writing it out now, so I understand what you're saying. So, like now, for instance, the first one was 9/2. Because
Hmm.
2 can go into 9 conveniently, we do the division and
Exactly.
get the remainder. But since
Yeah.
2 divided by 9, 9 can't go into 2. So by default, that 2 is the remainder.
And that, yes.
That's
Yes.
what you're saying. Okay.
Exactly. And do you know that if you check the number of times, let's say you wanted to do integer division for 2 divided by 9, yes, the division would have given you something like 0.9 into 2 will be 0.2222222, something like that, sha.
Yeah. Yes.
If you use you can also use, sometimes you might use your calculator to just confirm. So if you
Mm-hmm.
do that, it will give you a float, right?
Yes.
0.22222 repeatedly. Now you
Mm-hmm.
will also see that if you do the integer division for that 2 divided by 9, you will get
Mm.
0 exactly.
Zero.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
that will now confirm that thing that's saying that since 9 cannot go into 2, is technically 0 remainder that 2 that is on
Mm.
top that is going to.
Okay.
Yes. So
So if
that's
sorry, Mr. Charles. Sorry, if
yeah,
you have 10, you can't have 10/70. The zero will cancel out. You have one. One will be the remainder.
Now, you know that that 10 over 70 that you're even saying, how Python will handle it. That's what you are, ideally what you will say is 0 divided by 0 and all that. You will still get 10 as the remainder. We can try it out. You will still get 10 as the remainder because it doesn't do all that breaking down. It will take 70 as a number into 10.
So the number of times that 70 can go into 10.
Which is Z. Do you get? Because 10 is
Mhm.
smaller than 7. 0 remainder that 10.
Oh, interesting.
So
I
that's
didn't know.
the uh, so that's the thing. So you see, Python, if you look at some of the functions and operators in Python, they are very closely related to math. And that's the reason why it's used for some of all those data science applications and stuff like that. A lot of math goes into those kind of coding. So Python has to, as close as possible, um, mirror all those concepts, mathematical concepts in maths.
Yeah. Mhm. I didn't know.
So you can just let's try out that one that you just gave as example now. Let's
Okay, the 10
let's
over 70.
Yes. And now let's not, maybe you don't even bother yourself creating another variable. Let's just type, you can type the constants directly. 10 percentage
It's
operator,
modulus.
plus
Yeah.
operator, 70. Let's see what it will give us. David.
10.
Uh-huh. So if you just imagine if you had done that 0 cancel 0, then we're expecting 1 to be the answer, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not. That doesn't hold in this case.
Noted. Thank you for the clarification. Because I would have gone on to assume that that's what works. And then I start
For
arguing with them.
exactly. You now start wondering, how did they get this answer?
Oh, so I now remember because we had, I don't even remember what that question was, but there was a question
Okay.
one day in a quiz, and the
Okay.
answer I expected it to be is not what I saw. The guy behind me said, well, this was the one that entered and said it was correct, so let us all write it. Python said this is
Uh,
it. That's what we just did. We just put it in and left because I'm like, what kind of argument is somebody going to have? We all confused in class. And nobody could clarify it. So we just left it because we put what we thought was the answer and it told us it was wrong. Like, so I get it now. Yeah, makes sense. Thank you.
all right. Okay. So let me see. I don't think there's any operator I left out. So these are the main ones that we know. Okay. So now you see all these operators that we've seen now, just like um um you have like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all the way down to integer division, modulus operator that we just saw now, and then the one that has to do with the multiplication. Now, there are some operators that you will see that you can use them with both numbers and strings. For instance, this multiplication one now, you can see that ideally multiplication is supposed to be between what? Two numbers,
Number, yeah.
not a string and a number. But if you look at the concept of having a string times a number, Python is simply telling you that, okay, if addition is repeated, if multiplication is repeated addition, and you can concatenate a string to another string by saying that string plus, you understand,
Yeah.
plus another string, then why can't you just multiply? Just imagine you wanted to do high in 100 places. Will you now have to do 50 plus signs? You understand? Between the 100 instances of high. Just imagine
Yeah.
that. Instead,
Mhm.
instead of going that far. The same way you can make multiplication do things easier for you when you have repeated addition. You can just multiply string by the number of instances you need, and you know you have that string in as many as you want. So what we just did now is called overloading, operator
Oh.
overloading. Yes. So it's like I don't know if you can imagine it, that an operator is supposed to ideally do only one thing at a time. Ideally, it's supposed to be meant for one thing. But if you can now do more than one thing, then you've just overloaded it. Okay.
Okay.
So just so if you can just understand it that way, you can take note of it. Operator overloading. So all these ones we've mentioned now, addition, plus, the plus, minus, subtraction, each of them is known as an operator. Then the numbers or the strings that they work on, that's on either side of them, is called an operand. Okay. So
Okay.
the symbol is an operator. What the operator works on either side of it is called an operand. Okay, so it's just like operand. So so when you now have an operator that can be used in more than one way or more than one mode, okay, meaning, for instance, you can give an example. Addition can be used for adding two numbers, and it can be used for concatenating a string to a number or a string to another string. Ideally, let's just say a string to another string, because Python doesn't do mixing of data types. So you can concatenate a string to another string with addition
Oh,
operator. Yes.
so you can
So
do number and string in Python.
yes. But if there's a way you can do it, you will just convert the number to a string before you concatenate.
Okay, because I know I've attempted to learn Java before, and I know that in Java you could do the two.
Yes. Java and both Java and JavaScript, they allow you to do that. But for Python, you have to
You have to do like an
change
input. What do you call it? Yeah, you have to change it.
it to a string before you now concatenate, and it will accept it.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. So okay. So have you taken note of operator overloading?
Yes, I have. I wrote it down.
Okay.
And even
So
is it just the addition, assignment operator, and the multiplication that
that
does
we
the
can overload.
overloading, or is all of them?
No.
Mm.
It's those two we can overload. It's
Just
those
the
two that
two.
we
Okay,
can
because I
overload.
wrote just the two of them. Okay.
Yes. So
Yeah,
now
keep
the one I want to talk about next
mm-hmm.
is they call them assignment operators.
Okay.
Um yes. In your course outline, in the outline that you sent to me, you will see one place where it says augmented assignment operator, something like that. So
Yes.
that augmented assignment operator is the same thing as what I'm about to say now. So why do they
Okay.
call them augmented? So the idea of the word augment means that it's like you are extending it. It's like you're adding to what would have been an ideally just an assignment operator. So all these applications, let's look at what we've been doing so far. The first time we used an assignment operator, we said something like this. The first line there, X assignment operator 5. That means whatever is on the right hand side gets stored in the variable. Whatever is
Yeah.
on the right hand side gets stored inside the variable on the left, isn't it? That's the whole idea of assignment operator. I'm sure by now you'd agree with me that there's a direction to this thing. It's not just, anyhow. You can't just take 5 and put on the left hand side and take X and put on the right hand side.
Oh no. It will
Uh-huh.
not run.
Yes, you get an error. So now the thing is this, you see one thing about programming, as close as programming is, the mathematical concepts in programming, as close as it is, And some people can even argue that if you have a good math background, you will not have problem with programming. If you have a solid math background, now it's not everything that you just carry from maths and just come and you transfer the idea to programming. You might be disappointed, but if you understand, okay, so it's called an assignment operator. Why is it called assignment operator? When if you ask somebody now to read out that first line of code that we have here, the person will say x equals 5 because that's what he's saying, right?
Yes.
X equals 5. But we all know that equals even has a different meaning when it comes to programming, because what's the understanding of equals? That what is on the right hand side has equal value to what is on the left. So if you notice, equals in programming is carrying the concept of true or false. What is on the left hand side may or may not be equal to what is on the right hand side. If it is equal, then the value of that equals to, we'll come to it. I just wanted to clarify some things that what you're seeing there.
I already put
X
my hand on my jaw. I said I already put my hand on my jaw, like, where were you? Where are you going to? Okay. I'm fine now.
Okay, so let me just come back to this. X
Yes.
assignment operator 5 cannot, you cannot interchange it. If you are trying to interchange it, then you are going back to the mathematical meaning of x equals 5, which programming sees it as a totally different concept from assignment. Assignment operator simply says one thing: take what is on the right hand side and store it in the variable on the left. Okay, of course if there's a calculation like where you have that what did you have, that x integer division y, that third line, right? X integer division y, that it should just do the calculation first, then the answer should be stored in the variable z on the left hand side. That's where it and that's the direction from right hand side to the left hand side. To the left, don't forget it. So now that you have that concept totally understood, this augmented assignment operator, which is what I wanted to talk about, is simply saying that if we have let's imagine we have something like this. Let me give an example so that we can see it play out.
Okay.
This is another thing that may mess with your with your knowledge of maths. So have you seen this thing like this? X. So you can type it. Let's type it out. Let's see how that goes. X assignment of
Let me type it here.
yes, type it on another line. Yes. X assignment operator X again plus 1.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen something like this? I'm sure you would have come across it a couple of times.
Yeah.
Now,
Equation.
in mathematics, sure you know that this kind of thing cannot happen, right?
It's not
Normal
possible.
mathematics.
Because if for it to work in normal maths, this other the first x might be a raised to power something.
So exactly, and then what will be on the left hand side would not even be x. You are dealing with another entirely. But with programming, this is perfectly correct, and that's just because of the meaning of that sign there. It's not just an equal sign. It is what? An assignment operator. So what this statement that you just wrote, as simple as it looks, is saying that you should take the content of x on the right hand side. Remember, right hand side always executes first before the left hand side executes. Okay, once you understand it, you will not have any problem with this thing. So it will take the current content of x on that right hand side, whatever is in x. So if we are to look at it, the current content of x is still 2. Am I right? Sorry, it's still 9.
9.
Yes, it's still 9. It hasn't changed, isn't it? It's still 9. You take the current content of X and add 1 to it, which will make it 10, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then assign it back to X, meaning that the after this expression fully executes, guess what? X will no longer contain 9. What will it contain?
10.
Exactly.
Mm.
So that is that. You see that this simple statement that you're seeing now, its application it has a very wide application. You can use it in your code for counting. You're trying to count how many numbers you have, imputed into your program, or you want to count how many numbers meet a particular criteria. So many things you can use it to, like a counter. The most natural counting you can count is to be adding 1 to something. As it progresses, just be adding 1, just be adding 1. That's what this line of code can do for you.
Yeah, but can you have a situation where you add 2 or 3? Is it
Of
ideal?
course.
Okay.
Yes, it's very possible. But I started with adding 1 because that's the lowest that you want to add, isn't it? You can
Yeah.
add 2, you can add 3. It depends on your application. So let's say that you want to write a program now. Let's pretend you want to write a program now that will print out even numbers for you. Maybe first 20 even numbers, or first, okay, let's just even do something basic. First 5 even numbers. You start with 2, isn't it? Let's just pretend you want to start with 2. You start with 2, and 2 will be in your variable X. Then you will now add 2 to get the next even number, isn't it?
Yeah.
True. So in that case, this your statement now will no more be X assignment operator X plus 1. It will be X assignment operator X plus 2.
Okay.
You get it
Okay,
now,
but
right?
yeah, but your starting point has to be an even number.
Of course, yes, that's another condition. It must be an even number, because if it's an odd number, then it will only be giving you odd numbers and not even numbers when you add 2.
Okay.
All right. So do you want to see what's in it? You can just do your print statement and print X. Let's see what comes out.
All right. Well, printing, yeah, X.
Yes, just X.
Now let's be sure. Okay.
You've already copied the one for Z, so you can if you paste, you just edit it.
Oh, okay, yeah, the answer is 10.
So you can see it, right? All right. So let's now go back to that code. So we're going to do something different now. For Python, the logic that Python came with is this. Since you have X on the left-hand side and you have X on the right-hand side, and really what you are doing is you are doing the right-hand side before the left-hand side, isn't it?
Yeah.
So that statement that you have there can be shortened to this: X plus assignment operator 1. So just yes. Now I'm sure it looks a bit different to some people. It might look confusing, like, what are you doing exactly? Is it addition you are doing, or is it assignment operator you are doing? But if you understand
Make
what
up
I
your mind.
what would you see? What do you see coming first? Is the addition that comes first, isn't it?
Yes.
Good. Now imagine it as if you are saying X plus 1. So the 1 is just being added to X, isn't it? Then
Yes.
the operator now tags along as the next thing that will happen. It is not in any way saying that you are assigning 1 to X. No, you're not assigning 1 to X. You are assigning the sum of x and 1 back to x. That's just what you're doing. But this x plus assignment operator 1 is a shorthand. You can call it a shorthand notation for the one that's above there. So what do you expect to be in x after this is executed?
Still 10.
Yes, after this statement that you just typed now gets executed, what do you think will be inside x?
Okay, hold on. So let's say, because we've already done this first one, Python already saved this first 10, right? So is it going to do an increment on that one?
Of course, of course. It will always pick the last value of x, the current value of x, and
So that will now be 11.
Yes, yes. Okay.
Yes.
So you can go ahead and hit enter, and then you can pick that line, that print line again, and paste it underneath.
Okay, so it goes to the next line. Okay. Noted. Is there
All
any
right.
way to see like like debugging to see what goes on behind the scene on this idle interpreter? Like in Eclipse,
Okay.
you could. I don't know if you can debug it. Oh, you should. It's actually written
Yes,
there.
yes. True, right?
You said so?
Something like you're stepping through line by line, right? So you
Yes,
can see
yes,
what's inside the variables per time. Okay, so
yes.
I've not used this Python debugger, but I'm sure you should be able to do something like that. If you click on that debug, let's see what it shows you.
Let me
Okay,
click on the debugger, but I think I was supposed to
okay.
select something.
Yes, the code. Yes, you may need to select where you want, what you want to actually
I'll
check
figure it
for.
out anyway.
Mm.
Figure it out. Because I know on Eclipse you could debug it.
Yes, and you will see the variables, what they were before the statement gets executed, and what they will now become after the statement is executed. Eclipse. I don't know if you've used the Visual Studio.
No, I haven't, but I have it.
Okay, okay, that's fine. So Eclipse is, all of them are similar. It's just that maybe some you will find some more friendlier than others, as in terms of helping you type quickly. Like Visual Studio, I can really say for Visual Studio, you find that Visual Studio does a lot of IntelliSense. What they call IntelliSense is like helps you to just complete the line of code, and they give you all those shortcuts to help you complete line of code quickly. But
Oh,
if you look at this one, it's quite simple. Copy and paste what you need to, copy and
yeah.
paste. Makes things easy for you.
Mm. Okay.
Okay, you're welcome. Do you still have more time? You said 5:15, Abby, or do you?
Yeah, because I have to go out in 10, 15 minutes.
Okay, okay,
Mm.
okay, that's fine. All right. Okay, so
That's
maybe
why
what I
just
when you said what?
I said that's why I said Tuesday is not so great, but maybe
So,
like next week, by God's grace, I could maybe like we'll start by 9.
all right.
Like 9, that's
Okay.
5, Abby. No, 4.
9 plus 7. Yes, that's 4. Yes, yes. 4 instead of 4:30. Okay. Okay, that's okay. All right, no problem. So maybe at your free time, just this thing that we've done now for addition, you can do the same with subtraction, multiplication, just see them and see them play out like that. So you, by extension, the same place you put that plus assignment operator, you can do exactly the same thing, even with modulus assignment operator.
I'll do that.
All right, but don't forget, the condition is that it's the same variable on the left-hand side that's on the right-hand side. That's the condition.
Okay, that's for the assignment operator.
Yes, for the
I'm
augmented
sorry.
assignment of. Mm,
Mental assignment equator. Okay.
y- yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So on Thursday now will be what time? Same Thursday, Thursday.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if you said Thursdays are freer for you, right?
Yeah. I can
Okay.
have more time um
S-
after the
Okay.
4 p.m. Yeah.
Okay, fine. That's okay. Okay, that's fine. So we can do 1 plus hours or two
Okay.
hours if we can time permits.
Went really fast. I didn't even think
You
it really fast. Yeah. Thank you so much. Like it's so simple.
yes.
Very
Yes.
simple. Maybe when we get to the hard ones, it might not be this simple, but
Don't worry.
not really hard, complicated.
It will become it will become
By God's grace. So. Thank you so much, Mr. Charles. I'm very grateful for this and
okay.
for giving me your time. So what's this thing? What's in it for you?
Okay, maybe I don't know. Maybe I would see what you can um what can be convenient for you. I don't know if do you still have this thing, maybe an account that you
Mhm.
can do this thing from Naira
Do what?
payment.
Yeah, I do.
Okay, no problem now. Maybe I'll let you know. You can do monthly. That's fine with you.
What's the range? So I know if I'll shout or not.
Uh,
Yes.
okay.
So,
Can
mhm.
can can you do 100?
Can I do what?
100.
Mr. Charles. Hey.
I didn't ask for what now. That's just $100, though. Abby.
Let me just assume that you are joking. It's an assumption. It's not the real deal. I'm just assuming.
Oh my God. Okay. Okay. All right. So just give me something that you can that will be convenient for you to pay monthly.
Ah, okay, this one now you're throwing me into the deep end because you started very, very, where you started is too high for me to shout from. It's very, very high for me to shout from that side. So I don't know how to twist your arm because funny enough, I still like earn in Naira, kind of,
O- Okay.
for now.
Okay. Okay.
Mm. Oh, so the Upwork, I don't know, it never worked out. I tried to set up the
And,
account. It
and
didn't work.
did you choose information technology as your preferences so that they can be sending you jobs for
I don't
that?
even know what I did. I don't even know. I have to go and look at it again because I think now I was trying to see, then suddenly I think it was idle. I don't know. I just left it alone because it was
Mm,
giving me headache. Yeah, so
okay.
it didn't just work out for me.
Mm,
Hmm.
okay. Okay, but there are other options you can try out though. There is one they call Fiverr, FIVRR, something like that.
Yeah,
That one, yeah. So it's also that one too also has, it's also a platform for connecting, what they call them, virtual workers to
Mhm.
clients. Yeah, they're reliable too.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So I want to just get like some skills down because
Mm.
what do you call it? Sorry. I
In the
remember one
skills.
time that, yeah, I
Mm,
remember one time one recruiter called me and they're like, okay, so the position they were looking for someone that
mm,
was proficient in Python. And I was like,
Okay.
oh, I only know a little. Or that time I was trying to get Java. And
Oh.
so the problem with Java was that, you know, having a good teacher is very so some things you're saying now is now
Mm-hmm.
making sense to me based on what they were teaching. They are Indians. Sometimes they talk too
Oh.
fast. Talk too fast. They
Mm,
now look like they're speaking their language. At a point, I
mm,
just dropped it. I said I couldn't follow.
mm,
I just dropped
mm.
it. So that was the problem. If not, I would have had, you know, that knowledge down. So
Okay.
I stopped, that they had the Python course. I didn't bother doing that one because I don't
Oh.
even know what to say in Java. What's my business? So I just picked up
Mm,
this whole programming again
mm-hmm.
uh, 2 months ago to
Okay.
study that so I can like do data analysis work online,
Mm,
data
mm.
analysis. Yeah, so
Yes.
that's what I'm trying to do now.
Okay. Okay. It's a good plan. It's a good decision you made. Mm. It's a good decision. Good thing about Python is like you are saying it will get at you see that Python is very English like, as in they simplified a lot of things. You know, made it so like English like, so that when when you are writing it, the constructs that you will find yourself doing in Java, when you look at a Python program doing the same thing, you'll be wondering, are you sure these fewer lines of code can achieve the same thing that the lines of code in Java will achieve? But it will achieve it, and it will do it, still do it gracefully, you know. And that's
Okay.
the whole simplicity of Python. I'm sure you will enjoy it. Mm.
Okay, I've been hearing about it, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, so
Yes.
what is your this thing now? Remuneration, hey, Jesus is like, hmm.
Well, you can
If
do
I give you,
100.
I can't do 100.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not
well,
possible.
okay. What are
Like,
you?
it's not sustainable. It will not work. No, it won't work because okay. So normally when you do your this thing, what's your charge?
Okay. Anywhere from I do uh so I've done 70. I've done 70, 80 thereabout. So
Okay, and then it's for what's the duration?
it's still a month. Still a month. Um
No, I mean like how many days? So
I-
you count by hours, right? So is it that you do 4 hours in a month or 5 hours in a month, or do you do
okay,
three
so
days?
so like if I do 3 days per week, right?
Mhm,
3 days per week, and each session is like at least 1 hour. So depending on what we're learning, and the time available, we
mhm,
can do 1.5 hours. Um, I don't really believe in teaching too long.
mhm,
So rather, if we're good, if we're doing 2 hours, then it is that we're it's practice intensive. So you're doing some more of something so that like um establish a particular skill. You reinforce a particular concept. But if I'm teaching something for a long time, you know, I have a feeling that some things we might miss some things in the process. So just teach and then have practice, lots of practice as much as we can. That way you'll understand it better.
okay. Okay. So like okay, that's fine. Yeah, let me see. What do I have? Because at this rate, it's only 1 month I will do. Since I'm the one sponsoring myself.
Eh,
Yay! Chineke, okay, I can put 1 month. Yeah, you do get. I'll do 1 month. Okay, so let's see. So we're doing Tuesday and Thursday, Abby.
okay.
No, I'm asking which days are we doing? Tuesday, Thursday.
We can do Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday.
Saturday. Okay. Tuesday, Thursday. Okay. Same time.
Yes.
Maybe the
And just
Saturday might not be the same time.
okay. It can be earlier. Like Thursday, some can you said you'll be from 4, you have more time, right?
For your own four.
My own 4, yes. My own 4, yes.
Mhm. Yeah, but Saturday has to be in the night for you.
Yes.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, it has to be night for you. Yeah. The way Sunday was at night last week. Yeah, same thing.
Mm, uh-huh.
Yeah, okay. That seems fine. So if I give you 50, it will be bad, Abby?
Oh my, 50. It will be low.
It will be low for you. Okay. No, I don't like to shortchange people. That's why I'm asking you to be sure. Mhm. Okay, so I can do the 70. Hey, I will not just 10 miles when I spend this amount of money for
Don't
tutorial. It's
worry,
just
you will make more. You will make it an even more sense.
I definitely. Okay, I can do that. So let's
Okay,
see how the month goes.
okay,
No problem.
okay.
I haven't done get ready. Oh yeah, traffic will hit me. Yeah,
Ah,
thank you
well,
so much, Mr.
all
Charles.
right. You're
I'm
welcome
grateful.
anytime.
Mm, let me start my journey for the day.
All
Mm.
right.
Yeah, have a good evening.
Okay, you too. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah, thank you. Bye. Regards,
Bye.
your wife.
Okay, sure, yeah. Thank you.